What's going on, guys? Welcome to your second SEO tutorial. What we're going to talk about in today's tutorial is the keyword tools from Google AdWords and learning how to create quality content on your website or your YouTube video or whatever you're uploading. And what I mean by quality content, I mean content that is going to be optimized for a search engine, so it'll be higher in the rankings. And one mistake that a lot of people do, even myself when I was getting started with creating tutorials, and I'm not very good with optimizing my tutorials on my bringback because I only work on that site when I have free time and I just want to bust out a bunch of tutorials for people. So I don't really spend a whole lot of time on SEO, which I should, but I haven't. The mistake that people make is they write out their blog post and then they're like, oh, keywords, okay, I can type some maybe, and they don't really research any keywords. They just kind of type what they want, and then they might use a tool like this to find some better keywords. That's not the way you want to do it if you want to have a successful website. What you want to do first is find your keywords and then write your title and your content based on the keywords that you find. So for example, I'm going to be using this tutorial series. I'm going to find something related to SEO tutorials and then like keywords, for example, in this tutorial, or keyword tools, or Google AdWords or something like that, something along those lines. I need to find a title for this because I already know what we're talking about. So what you need to do first is go to this keyword tool. Just go to Google and search keyword tool, and it should be the Google AdWords keyword tool right here. Now you want to be logged into your Google account because you're going to have more features available to you if you have a Gmail account, and you'll see those in a second. But you'll also get a lot more feedback as well. So make sure you have a Google account or a Gmail account and then sign up for this. You don't have to pay anything, it's free. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to find the keyword or the phrases, something that you think you would search to find, this video. So we're gonna say like SEO. Let's just start out with that, and I'll kind of explain the keywords tool. And we'll just search SEO, and then we're gonna go to this keyword ideas. As you can see, SEO is searched 11 million times a month, and the competition is medium. Now let me just kind of break some of this down for you. Medium competition, that's bad. What you want when you're looking for keywords is a very low competition and a somewhat low monthly global search. Now you probably are thinking, why do you want a low monthly global search? Well, let's just, for example's sake, say this SEO right here was low competition and it gets 11 million views. Okay, there's low competition. That means I might be able to get some people to come to our site because the competition's low and there's a lot of people searching for this. Well, let's just use this exact example because medium's a lot better than high. If you kind of hover over this guy, it says 0.54. That still leaves this huge number of other people trying to use the SEO tag. Most likely these are very powerful companies because a lot of like $1 million companies or $1 billion companies pay a ton of money to SEO or search engine optimization tools, even like $20,000 a month just for a tool that they can use to capitalize on, let's say, this specific tag SEO. And they're going to have a lot more resources and power than you are to get traffic to their site. So your competition against these guys is going to be extremely low. You don't want to try to capture something with a huge global monthly search, especially when you're getting started. Maybe once your website gets up there, you can start going into the higher search ranks, but definitely getting started, even having under like, I'd say 10,000 views a day on your website, you don't want to work with the millions. You want to get a more niche market because more people will come to your site because of that. That's kind of how it works. Again, you want low competition. Not like you don't want like a super low global monthly search, but probably not super high as well. So we can set some parameters to this to kind of filter out what we want. That's in the advanced options and filters. You can change your specific location. I generally keep it the same, and I use the parameter for a global monthly search greater than 2,000 because 2,000 searches a month isn't all that much. And then I'm going to add another parameter, global monthly searches less than 50,000. That might be a little high if you're just starting a website, but something like that to help us filter through some of these things. So obviously it got rid of our SEO tag that we had originally because that had way too many views. And I'm just going to go back up here and you can add additional lines to this. So I'm going to say SEO tutorials, SEO tricks, SEO tips, SEO training, something to just kind of get the base of this tutorial series going. And it's something along these lines, how to get website traffic. So that should be good. I'm going to research here again with the same parameters that we had previously. And the next thing that we want to do actually is go to this match type over here on the left side, uncheck broad, check exact and phrase. Now exact, anything within square brackets, that's going to be that exact keyword. As you can see here, SEO tips, competition's again high. For phrase though, that kind of varies a little bit. It's kind of in the same category, such as SEO tips within quotations. That could be kind of grouping SEO tip and SEO tips together. And as you can see, obviously that gives a higher global monthly search. But broad makes it much broader and it groups them together in broader ranges. We're looking for, again, niche markets that we can capitalize on. Another thing that we might want to do is go to the columns tab and get the approximate cost per click. Save that, and you can see, someone that's looking for SEO training, competition is medium, which we don't want again, but these are very expensive ads. So a lot of people are fighting to get those ads, and they will, use more powerful tools again than the free ones that we have access to beat you to get those type of ads. All right, so let's scroll down to get some keyword ideas down here, and let's move our competition from high to low and start clipping some of the ones I like. So as for now, I don't really see anything that relates to my tutorial. I could capture something like this, but why would I want to? Someone might be looking for this specific site, and then they come to this tutorial that you guys are watching and are like, this isn't what I wanted, then they get away from it. We want to captivate the audience that is actually interested in the content that we have as well. So keep that in mind. Don't just try and pick up niche markets because you can. It's not going to be beneficial for you. And Google might even think that you're sketchy and lower you in the search rankings. Alright, sorry guys, that took me forever and I really didn't find a great match for this specific video, but I'm just going to show you anyways because I don't really want to waste any more time researching keywords, but obviously you probably do. I don't really care all that much about making money off tutorials. I do it just to help people out, and hopefully they'll help me out in return someday or something like that, Just for example's sake, I came up with a few things. You want to have a couple of keywords or key phrases, not necessarily one word because then it's not descriptive enough. Probably a couple words, which would be a phrase. So you want to have a couple key phrases that have low competition, a decent amount of views. A lot of times you can find, for example, SEO tutorial, you can find something that is roughly in this range group, but with like a 0.01 as a competition level, which would be great for you to use. I'm just going to stick with the SEO tutorial. As you can see here, it's a competition of 0.66 for the exact match. For a phrase somewhat like that, it's 0.53. The other thing I just want to show you for my example is SEO tutorials. If I search that, the global searches go way down, and the competition is still at the 0.61, 0.62 range. I would have a better likelihood of using one of these, but I'm just going to go for the bigger audience. And if I'm just starting out an SEO website, I would almost have to use one of these guys and hope that I can get one of these 2,900. Even though that doesn't seem like a large number, there's much less competition with a 0.6 range with only 3,000 searches versus if I just did tutorial, and that would be in the 27,000 range with about the same 0.6 or 0.5. So that still kind of leaves a very rare chance of me being first in the Google search with SEO tutorial. And for this example, optimize isn't probably the best example because some people might try to optimize their life or optimize a workout, and it doesn't really apply to optimizing their website. So this again isn't a very good choice for me. I'm just going to be using it anyways because, like I said, I'm sick of looking at keywords. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but here's another one I found, blog SEO. This is a lot better. As you can see, we have a good amount of views per month, and the competition is low at 0.28. That's still kind of high, I guess. Again, most likely you guys will be finding something at the 0.01, or which will be a lot easier for you to, be top dog in that category. SEO is kind of a tricky one to get into. And then also for this specific tutorial, I might be using this as a reference in the tutorial, but again, a lot of people, just like I mentioned in this tutorial, to find this site, they're going to search the Google Keywords tool, and they aren't exactly looking for a video tutorial on how to use it. So I might want to get more specific and say how to use Google Keywords tool. But I'm just going to chunk these together and hopefully optimize on some of this low competition here. So let me kind of piece this all together into a blog title. So I'm going to kind of piece together 4. That's probably not the best technique to use. I'd say find 2 good keyword phrases that have very low competition, 0.0 something, and within the 10,000 range, something like that. Obviously, the lower the monthly searches, the better chance that you're going to be higher in the search engine. Optimize what? SEO tutorial. Optimize SEO tutorial. How to, what was that key phrase? Yeah, I believe the technical name is keyword tool. I'm going to be using keywords tool because, again, this is the exact result that this data is showing. So even though some people would be like, oh, this guy's an idiot, why should I read this post because it's keyword tool? There's some people out there that think that way. I'm doing this not necessarily for the user. I'm doing it to higher our ranking in the system. Generally for tutorials, I don't care about SEO, and it's more just providing content that people want to see. But if you're trying to create a successful website, again, you want to have something like this. And I can also throw in this blog SEO here. So optimize blog SEO. So this is my final rendition. It's kind of long, but it's optimize blog SEO tutorial. And now that you've seen the back end of this, you can see that I've used the optimize keyword, the blog SEO key phrase, the SEO tutorial key phrase, and the Google Keywords tool key phrase as well. Generally, you don't have like 4 or 5. You don't want to have this many. I just stick with 2, maybe even just 1. That's really good, and just focus on that. So that's kind of how it works. That's how the Google Keywords tool works, and you can find your focus words that you're going to be using in your blog and your blog content and your tags, which we'll get into in the next tutorial. Make sure you check that out because we still need to optimize a lot of other things within our blog posts or within our YouTube video. Another thing that you might want to do before you close this tutorial, if you guys are working on a project, make sure you copy the exact phrases and place them down in here in your tags, or if you're on YouTube, again, throw it in here and then do a comma and then your next one, because these are your keywords that you're using, everything that you're focusing on, so they obviously should be tags as well. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next tutorial. See you later. If you enjoy free tutorials, please thumbs up the video and click subscribe.